Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. Yeah, it is Friday. I hope you're doing well. The week is almost ending, and we have a beautiful and sunny weekend ahead of us. So, yeah, we just got NFP today, and as you can see here, at 8:30, it just opened and displays to the upside. Leaving us a big fair value gap here. We are playing above event horizon and approaching this shaded area, this small shaded area, which mark the new opening gap and eventually the new high of the week. So right now, if we zoom out a little bit and if we take here some kind of a side of a bigger picture here. Yesterday we dropped down. We tried to get below the 4-hour fair value gap. Yeah, we played some, but we had below the 4-hour fair value gap. We had the new week opening gap supporting price. At these lows, SMT was formed, and then it was a up only trend. Notice how this drop forms some kind of a cascade here, some kind of a, I call this a staircase because it reminds me of a staircase full of liquidity with those rounded edges here. Those are places where stops are being placed. Is right here. And yeah, price really came through this to the stops and tried to punish, and it really did. Price really punished everybody who was trying to sell from yesterday's price action. And right now, after NFP release, we got a up only trend here. We are reaching for these relative equal highs here, and right above we have buy side liquidity as the high of the week. So the plan here will be to wait for the closure uh, of the 9 a.m. Hourly candle and see if the macro can eventually give us something more clear, because at this point, I'm not sure if we will continue higher or if we will kind of retrace a little bit to the downside, because since NFP everybody is making money, I would like to see the reaction right at the open, which is happening right now. So if the open does not give us the retrace that we are eventually expecting, then we might consider higher prices here. So I'm waiting a bit to form some kind of a bias, because after NFP it's always a bit hard to form any kind of bias. These lows here are kind of suspicious. I noticed that, yeah, NQ did an SMT in between ES here. NQ purged these lows while ES was not able to do that. But yeah, we have to wait a bit and to be secure about what we really want from this market right now, because the most logical thing is price to continue its rise to the upside, um, driving to the upside, taking relative equal highs, making a high of the week, and then eventually start some kind of a retrace. So right now, I'm just waiting to see if something like this will form, or if we get a retrace sooner than I am expecting. So yeah, the plan here is to wait for 9:50 and 10 a.m. just to see how price is behaving, if it is mm, respecting bullish PD arrays or not, if we are trying to invert something, and with that information, taking out some action. So right now, NQ, looking at NQ just made another high here, while ES was not able to make another high. It is placed a bit lower here, while ES is standing inside this fair value gap. I'm just checking here if there is some asymmetrical behavior between NQ and ES. I'm looking at the 15-minute, but yeah, it doesn't seem like that. We still have some. We still have these relative equal highs here on ES to be taken. And then I will probably wait for them to be taken, and after it, if if we got some kind of reversal to the downside, it may trigger a move to the downside, attacking those who are making money right now. Otherwise, it will continue to the upside and give us a continuation to the upside, because yeah, the main bias is kind of bullish. It is. If you look into the 4 hour, on the left, we have the price action between. Let me just check, between the 27th of February and the 3rd of March. Yeah, which mark some relative equal highs here, and on a higher time frame we can eventually go and try to take those out. So right now I'm just observing, just to see how price is really behaving, if we will have an up only mode, or if we will have some kind of a retrace to the downside. But yeah, it was a nice push to the upside. Let me just check how many handles did we move to the upside here. Yeah, 25, not that much for an NFP day, but yeah, it's a considerable move, honestly. So looking into this perspective here, I can clearly see price moving to this high here, and eventually taking out this high here as well. But I really need to see some willingness on price to do that. And if price really comes and starts to creep up here, uh, I don't think there will be an opportunity to take anything, because we are just 7 handles away. It's a tiny range that we are playing here until the new highs of the new high of the week. But yeah, it might be possible, but I will wait for something clearer to happen. Honestly, if you look into ES and NQ, they are kind of asymmetrical right now, so we are in a low probability environment. NQ is playing here, while ES is playing on the upside. So there we go. So these relative equal highs are taken already. And I believe that we will reach for buy side liquidity as the new high of the week as well. I guess it's just a matter of time. So ES really pushing higher here, taking out these relative equal highs, almost forming the new high of the week. And after hitting these two, then I would like to see some kind of action if we want to retrace down below, or if we will continue to the upside. Meanwhile, there's nothing much we can do here. NQ is a little bit behind. If you look into the 15-minute time frame, while ES took these relative equal highs, well, NQ has a lot more to go, about 100 handles. Yeah, it's somewhere behind of ES. So we are almost hitting the most logical draw that I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. So buy side liquidity as a high of the week has been taken. So now I would like to see something to develop. Otherwise, we will keep grinding higher, and I don't know if we will have some kind of opportunity to engage if price will keep grinding higher. We still have about 10 minutes before the macro as well. So right now, since the open, everybody's making money. And whenever we have a one directional price action, it's always suspicious for me, because yeah, the market tends to punish everybody who's making money. And since now everybody who's buying since 9:30 is making money, everybody who's buying since 8:30 is making money. Yeah, it's kind of a suspicious behavior, but yeah, sometimes it can happen. So I forgot to mention here, we got the first presented fair value gap here. It's kind of a big fair value gap. I will just mark this one here. So this is the first presented fair value gap here. It's kind of a double one because we have two inefficiencies, one followed by another. NQ a bit behind here, but still grinding to the upside. Just let me check the 2-minute chart. Yeah, bullish order flow right now, so nothing special. Bullish order flow as well. And 5 minutes. Yeah. So right now we are playing above this shaded area, which is the end wall. Keep in mind that the end wall always acts as a magnet on price. It attracts price. Look how Event Horizon just got disrespected here, which is the midpoint in between this and wall and this one here down below, and NFP just shooted to the upside and disrespected Event Horizon clearly, and never came back to retest it. The price is unsighted for now. Just keeps grinding higher. No retraces, no nothing. Let me just check the higher time frames here. So yeah, the next logical point here could eventually be these highs here, which are relative equal highs on ES, which I will mark here and stretch them to the right. These highs. So buy side liquidity here. So let me just check here where equilibrium and OT levels are. Yeah, so if we really manage to go on an up only move, I would like to see price coming into the first presented and eventually um, see for support here. We have buy side liquidity here, which for ES stands half of a percent, which is it's reachable, honestly. We are 2 minutes away from the 950 macro as well. So let's see if the NWOG just holds here or if we will retrace a little bit lower. Otherwise, if this continues to the upside, there's nothing I can do, honestly. I will not try to catch a running train because right now this is a this is really a this is really a train, a speeding train here, and I would not like to step inside of it while it's running. Need to see some kind of a retrace to the downside and holding a logical retrace, and that retrace hold and eventually take the next leg to the upside. But if you look into the 15 minutes, um, if you look into the 15-minute, let me just check here. 5991. Yeah. So this is the last three candles, the last three 15-minute candles. So I'm not expecting right now price to come here, honestly. This can act as a breakaway gap, all this here. So it would be acceptable if price comes anywhere near this area here where the first presented fair value gap is. And if price really holds here, it would indicate us that we are prepared for another leg to the upside. But in the meantime, there is a SMT in between ES and NQ, especially on the 15-minute and on the 4-hour time frame as well. So keep that in mind. Price starting to displace a little bit to the downside. Yeah, it would be interesting to see if price really holds here next to these OT levels. We can stretch it a little bit more to the downside here. If price really comes here and holds here, well, to play some type of a reversal, I would need to see at least a 5-minute um, market structure shift. Otherwise, it would not be advisable for to take any shorts here. Honestly, the bullish order flow is too strong right now. So let's wait and see if we really have um, that retrace to the downside here, or if this is enough and then will hold and drive price a little bit higher. I believe we will go a little bit lower, but since we are working with smaller ranges, I will not engage in any type of shorts here. Let me just check the 2 minutes. Yeah, and Q formed some relative equal highs here right at the top, which are always suspicious as well. And Q taking out these lows, while ES is mumbling around here above the NWOG. The NWOG is really acting as support right now. And Q displacing a little bit lower, while ES is right above and right inside the NWOG. And Q is a bit more aggressive to the downside right now. And ES really reaching for the first presented fair value gap here. Let me just check where the first presented is on NQ. Yeah, it came right to the first presented as well. So a retrace a little bit lower would be great. So far, it reached equilibrium of this up leg here. We have a bearish fair value gap here. which is being respected for now. Price forming some wicks here as well. Yeah, price not able to go lower here. See these wicks right below the respective fair value gap. This is always kind of suspicious. Whenever price is trying to get below, but yeah, it's presenting us with wicks. I would like to see some lower some lower activity here, some lower prices just before price shoot to the upside once again. There we go. Inverting this fair value gap here. Let's see if this one holds or not. If this one holds, it could be a good opportunity to get a little bit more upside. If this one does not hold, I will wait for another one. So far, it is holding. Wicks doing some kind of damage here. Honestly, I would like to see price play above two these two candles here. That would give me some type of a breaker. If I would have to take a position, it would be something like this. So 932, yeah, it's 10 already. So this is the 4-hour candle high. Yeah, I'm not in a position, it's just a schematic here. But as you can see, price is going a little bit lower. So, yeah, okay. So 932 to 10. And now I will try to amplify this move just to see where it can eventually go. Yeah, this is the equilibrium. I would like to see if this equilibrium holds or not. Yeah, this is the opening range projection. We can eventually do the opposite here if we are some kind of with a bearish bias, and it will give us minus 2.5 standard deviation at this end walk here, and minus 0.5 here on these lows. It has some confluence, but I will wait a bit more. Yeah, this is still a bearish one here. We are still above the first presented fair value gap here. So now I would like to see if these bearish PD arrays really hold, or if the market just wants to trick us. Let me just check the 2-minute here. The 3 and the 5. Yeah, we could be forming some type of an order block here on higher time frames. That's why I'm not engaging with anything. And if you look at these highs here, seems like everybody's trying to selling right now. Right now we have some type of an SMT here as well with NQ right at the first presented fair value gap. So this would be great if price really comes once again above here. But I would like to see price coming above this big candle here. NQ seems like it wants to do that. Yes, is a bit heavier here. Well, so far this macro is just preparing the setup. It's not giving us the actual move. It's just preparing, and sometimes it happens. Right now, NQ is looking more interesting than ES, honestly. ES kind of stopped. It's it's almost like waiting for NQ. Nice candle here. But I really need to see ES coming back above the end walk once again and holding. Right now we are playing below it. So let's see if we can manage to invert these fair value gaps here. %50 of the opening range is really being respected. The first presented fair value gap is all it's been respected as well. So right now I'm just waiting for some type of displacement or a bigger reaction from price, because these tiny candles are not what I would like to see. We are approaching the end of the macro as well. Yeah, the end walk really held as resistance here. This fair value gap is being tested and retested, and it's holding as a bearish one. This one right here, it seems like it got inverted, but not. So this SMT, I will take this out here. Price displaced here down below, took out these lows here. It's trying to reach for 62%. And let's see if price really holds here. I'm not taking any short here because I don't like how these edges here are too smooth for me. I feel like price is gathering a lot of short sellers here. So that's why I don't believe we will go lower for now. We might go. We might go eventually to 9:30 open. But yeah, I don't like how price is presenting itself here. So first presented fair value gap got respected here, the midpoint of it. See if we can make a run to the upside once again. So these two candles would be our breaker if price really comes above them. The price retraces lower in this type of price action. Yeah, that's not my type of price action, honestly. I don't like that. Two candles low, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. Two candles low, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. That's not what I'm searching for. I'm searching for low liquidity runs. So looking into the 2 minute and 3 minutes, nothing has changed, honestly. Price retesting here, the first presented fair value gap. See, the midpoint of it got perfectly respected here. So if we can get above this fair value gap here and above the end wall, then I will eventually wait for some kind of a retrace back down and take that position. But I need to see some more displacement to the upside because price is kind of numb. In between NQ and ES, we have an SMT here. So I will mark that SMT here, which is this one here, in between ES and NQ. It's just a 1 minute SMT. It's not that um, important. It's just a matter of know where price is on NQ. So as you can see, price is really trying to generate more liquidity here. I believe it is gathering shorts. It is like time distorting here, gathering more short sellers or eventually buyers. It can eventually gather some buyers as well since the main trend is to the upside. Mm, but I don't really like how price is doing this here. Yeah, so far we had the 9:30 open action, NFP action as well, but that's usual. So once I didn't move to the upside until 9:45, and since then we are just um, somehow ranging here. Um, I think that price is generating more liquidity here, just gathering more players. I believe we are gathering more short sellers just to punish them later with another leg to the upside. Since we have a low resistance here, as you can see, this trend line of liquidity here, it's really easy to be broken. So right now I'm just waiting. If price really comes above, probably near this region here, because the first presented fair value gap is really holding. The equilibrium of the opening range, it's holding as well, pretty good. There are some damage here with these wicks, but price is always um, closing above the opening range. So yeah, I will wait a bit more just to see how long it takes. But right now, even if price comes lower, I will try not to engage with shorts because yeah, I don't like how these lows, I mean these highs are being presented here. So if you look into the 15 minutes here, the 15 minutes, the last three candles of the 15 minutes are these ones here. It is a slightly move to the downside with some lower wicks. It seems like at any moment it can shoot to the upside once again. We are just waiting for something to happen here. This SMT is still prevailing here in between ES and in Q. And Q is also holding the first presented fair value gap. So now we got a little bit of a displacement here. I would not consider it displacement. I'm sorry. Yeah, sometimes we have to zoom out a little bit just to rearrange what we are really seeing. Price really trying to move inside the first presented fair value gap as well, once again. So I will mark this this macro as empty. Nothing happened, honestly. Can I add some fixed alignment, center, middle, top? Okay. Yeah, I was looking if I could eventually um, add some vertical lines here, but it doesn't seem like that. Okay, no worries. So yeah, and price is just arranging here. Nothing is happening right now. Seems like we missed all the fun, like usual. Um, but yeah, it really displays to the upside here with NFP. It made a up only move until 9:45, and now we are somehow ranging here in between the NWOG and the first presented fair value gap. Well, let's see if we can eventually dig a little bit higher. But I would like to see a real displacement, not these candles here, because yeah, things like that can eventually happen. Right now, we just have a barcode right at yes and NQ as well. This is just a barcode. Let me check the 1 hour on NQ. Yeah, NQ just stopped here because it is working inside of a CB, which is a bearish fair value gap, and it's working it out. It may take some time because it is a 1 hour PD array. You can see it on the 1 hour time frame. That's why price stopped here, and that's why we are taking so long here. So I don't believe we will respect it, honestly, because I'm still bullish. But since we have already an SMT in between ES and NQ on the higher time frames, yeah, we never know. But if we would like to, if price would like to go lower, yeah, then we would have to do something here with more strength, with more initiative. So now we get some displacement to the downside, some real displacement. So now I would like to see if this really holds or if we will invert it quickly and go to the upside. This is what I'm waiting here. That's why I waited so much. So I would like to see it, for a bullish idea, I would like to see it respecting OTE levels and coming back to the first presented fair value gap. Otherwise, if we continue, yeah, we will probably see lower prices because as I mentioned, we have some high time frame SMT in between ES and NQ. I still believe we'll go higher, but I need to see price coming back to the first presented fair value gap first, and then taking out all the liquidity here that was left behind. Let's see if it will happen or not, because price is really, yeah, for the last couple of minutes, for the last 40 minutes, price didn't do anything. Let's see if this move will entice more short sellers to the game, or if it will eventually move to the downside. If I look into the 2 minute here, let me just check the 2 minutes. Yeah, we are right at the order block here on the 3 minute as well. Yeah, it is a tricky spot to short, honestly. So we came back to 9:30, stopped right at the tick at 9:30. So everybody who was making money at 9:30 was kind of finished. And now I would like to see some kind of a reaction. Otherwise, we might go to the downside, but see how price really stopped inside OT levels for now. And if we got some kind of a displacement to the upside, that would be a good sign. So I will take this SMT out. We have another one here in between NQ and ES. Now for our bullish idea to be correct. I would like to see price coming inside the first uh, presented fair value gap, not coming down below once again. But so far, the first presented is being disrespected. Notice how the fast move to the downside stopped right away. It is always suspicious when you have some displacement to the downside, but it is the next couple of minutes after this candle, yeah, it didn't move that much to the downside. So that's always suspicious for me as well. NQ seems like it's climbing to the upside. And ES as well. So right now, let's see if we can get above the midpoint of the first presented fair value gap here. Yeah, NQ is way faster and way quicker here. NQ already inverted this fair value gap here, while ES is still working on it. So at this point, I will take this retracement here. And let's see if this one really holds. I'm expecting this one to be inverted. We'll give it some time. NQ being stronger here, with no doubt, honestly. It already inverted this bearish PD array. Yeah, still struggling with it. Let's see if we can get some follow through here on this move. I would like to see price coming above the first presented fair value gap. It's taking some time here. So far, price is holding. It's giving us a shot to the upside. Then I would like to see price get above this and walk above this one as well. I will reduce my risk a little bit here, put it a little bit smaller. Mm, not below, not above OT levels. I will try to respect OT levels here. So let's see if price will continue its rise to the top, at least at these highs here, the 4-hour candle high. I will give it some time. Looking at the 2-minute, it seems plausible. At the 3-minute, it also seems good. And at the 5-minute, I need to see a bit more displacement here. I need to see close above this candle just to be sure of it. So right now, price is playing above the equilibrium of the opening range, which is good. As soon as we get above this fair value gap, I'm expecting some speed as well. I'm expecting price to get to new highs quite fast. So looking into the 15 minutes, you can see that it is acceptable for price to do another retrace to the downside. Um, I would not like to see that, honestly. I would like to see all these highs being taken in a one-sided move and in a fast-paced move. Yeah, but for that to happen, we need to allow price to come back and eventually looking into NQ. NQ is doing a better job than ES. And lately, I have to admit, lately ES is has been a little bit slower. Um, Price action on ES has not been that clear, honestly. But yeah, I'm just sticking with it because I've learned with ES and I've been consistent with ES and would like to stay that way. But looking into NQ, NQ seems more promising than ES, honestly. So at this point, I will just give time. We'll give the market some time, and we'll give it some space as well, some room. That's why I have this stop loss below these OT levels. So I liked how price stopped right at the midpoint of the first presented fair value gap. I need to see it stay that way. Otherwise, we might go a little bit lower. If you look into your watch, you can see that 1050 is it's approaching. So I'm expecting 1050 to give us a little bit more steam to the upside as well. 1050 we will have the 1050 to 1110 macro. So I would like to see price um, reacting to this time window, reacting in a bullish way, of course. So nice reaction from the first presented fair value gap here. NQ holding way better than ES. But I'm expecting eventually a similar job here. If you look here, looking in a slower time, in a lower time frame, yeah, of course. But yeah, price was accumulating here, which gives us a accumulation. This should be our manipulation to the downside. And this should give us the expansion to the upside. Where is it? Let me just check here. Accumulation to the upside. No, not accumulation, distribution. I'm sorry. Distribution to the upside. And my camera just shut off. I don't know why. So, yeah, this trade is also based in this idea. I'm sorry for this messy chart, but the idea is you have an accumulation, you have the manipulation, a fast and quick one to the downside. And in normal cases, you should have your expansion or distribution to the upside. So I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for this leg. And I'm expecting as soon as price comes here and get all these stops here, get all this, um, invert this fair value gap. It should be a quick run to the upside. This should happen in normal conditions, and this should eventually give us a new 4 hour candle high as well. So this was the main idea behind this trade as well. The AMD power, or accumulation, manipulation, distribution theory. If you never heard about it, I advise you to check it out because it's happening all the time, and it's presented in all the time frames. So now we just have to give some time to the market, give some time to price action as well. See if it really wants to behave the way that we are expecting it to behave. Looking at it at NQ, honestly like it a lot more. NQ is behaving a little bit better, and I guess that's why, and I guess that's happening because it has some high time frame highs to be taken, while ES already took them. ES is already playing above or next to the high of the week, while NQ still has to go after them. That's why ES is just struggling here a little bit. But yeah, I will maintain my idea, my trade idea, and we'll wait for 1050, which is, yeah, which is now. It should give us some fuel to the upside here. So I will wait until, I don't know, 1110 for this to play out. Otherwise, if price really comes here once again, and that should be a failed trade here. Yeah, ES is really um, lazy right now. Is being lazy, honestly. I just would like to give another move to the upside. We are already in the macro. So 10:55. But honestly, it's not delivering the way I wanted it to deliver, honestly. We'll give it some time, honestly, because I guess the idea is right. I just need to give it some more time. I believe my stop is safe as well because I have more than three PD arrays below it. Yeah, I have at least three. So this inverted one, the first presented fair value gap that should hold, the order block which held here, another order block here, OT levels, 50% of this wick as well. So I guess in theory this should um, this should work. Yeah, price coming down once again. Hmm. It might come for another run here to the downside, honestly. I believe my stop is still safe here. But I would like to see price not coming outside of this first presented fair value gap here. Otherwise, the position might be doomed. I don't want to see price respecting this tiny uh, bearish fair value gap here inside the first presented one. I would like to see that it go to the upside. But yeah, the macro didn't deliver how it was supposed to deliver. I expect. We still have some minutes here. We still have 10 minutes inside the macro. yeah, but at this point, I see that NQ is losing some strength as well. Yeah, this trade is taking a bit more time that would have been expected. But usually, whenever you have no delivery at 9:50 to 10:10 and no delivery in between 10:50 and 11:10, that's a pattern that I have noticing. A delivery will happen after 11:10, so we can eventually expect price to deliver to our objective after 11:10 if nothing happens here, honestly. Yeah, price is kind of numb right now, honestly. Um, it's not delivering as we wanted to deliver. But yeah, the the idea, I think it's still right. We still have um, everything in place for this bullish setup to be right. So it's just taking more time than we should expect it. But sometimes we just have to be patient and yeah, and let things deliver the way they should deliver. If I had taken this position on NQ, I would have been out of this break even zone already, since price is already somewhere here. But since I'm stuck with ES, I think I'm paying the price of it. Seems like we will have some follow through now. Let's see if it really wants to deliver higher or not. Seems like we have some volatility in place. So the last minutes of the macro. Mm, did not like how price really came here, but retraced right back. So let's see if we can have another shot to the upside here, or if ES really wants to stay here. Last minutes of the macro. Let's see if we can get a closure above the DN walk. Yeah, I will take the majority of the position right here if price really comes here. Otherwise, I will cut it manually. Well, at this point, NQ still has some liquidity to catch up for on the buy side. Um, so it would be logical for ES continue to the upside as well. See if we can get these PD arrays here respected or not. Not liking how price just stopped right at the end walk. So far respecting the bullish PD array. So we'll give it a little bit more time here. Yeah, honestly, not liking how prices it's moving now. ES doing some annoying moves, honestly. Yeah, playing the tops, it's always tricky because of this, you know. Playing the tops, it's always tricky because whenever you have ES and NQ, especially when they are doing different stuff, NQ just made a new high on the 15 minutes. ES was not able to do that new high. Uh, yeah, it's kind of annoying, honestly, to see that. I'm being super patient right now, and I'm expecting it to deliver after 11:10. But honestly, at this point, I'm starting to doubt it. I just want to see what type of a reaction do we have here. This is being transformed into a high resistance. Honestly, and I'm not liking it. I was expecting price to um, close above this one here, this fair value gap here, and the yen walk, which is this shaded area, and gain some speed. It didn't make it at the first glance, so I'm expecting it to make another run here. Otherwise, I will have to cut the trade off and wait for something better. I mean, I will not wait because I will end the stream soon. Let's see if we can get once again back above this bullish fair value gap here. Yeah, but it seems like price is struggling right now. Yeah, and unfortunately, we are below break even right now. Yeah, price is not delivering, honestly. I know I've been saying this for quite a while now, but I was giving some chances here to price action to deliver how it should be supposed to do. And honestly, it's not. It's putting us below break even once again. We have an SMT in between and Q and ES, which is not favorable to our side. SMT on the highs. Yeah, I guess we are doomed here. Yeah, it will deliver, but it will deliver the opposite way, honestly. Well, that's unfortunate, honestly. Should have taken some profits here and should have moved my stop to break even. Yeah, there we go. Well, got stopped out in a ranging market here. And price will eventually deliver the opposite way. Taking out these lows here. Yeah. It really was taking too long, honestly. Yeah, right now I'm just looking at if the market will just continue to the downside because we have data lows here. Damn. It already took SMTE here, these lows as well. So let me just check here. Just let me check the 15-second here. I don't usually do this, but since price is moving in a wise one-sided, and right now Yeah, we still have these lows here and all of this. So price now reacting to these new lows. We have an order block here on the 15-second here. Now this was a harsh retrace here. And see how price is delivering after 11:10. That was what I was talking about. Yeah, and at this point, there's nothing more we can do, honestly. There's not much. It was a tough session, honestly. This price action did not acted as we would like it to act. Nice retrace on price so far. And if we really come inside this, and close above the midpoint, that would be a good signal. Yeah, but so far we managed to close inside, but nothing is favorable right now. I really can see eventually data lows being attacked. So I will try this short here until data lows. Well, at this point, I think I will end the stream. We are 2 hours in, um, and I think this should not play out as well. I can see price on lower time frames as the 50-second. It's starting to make a uptrend here, but yeah, I will probably end the stream here. I will be back on Monday. I guess the biggest flaw here was not protecting myself and taking some profits when price was somewhere here. But yeah, it is what it is, and sometimes we just have to learn with our mistakes. So that being said, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll hope to see you next Monday. Okay. Have a nice weekend. Have a great afternoon, and hope to see you on Monday as well. So thank you. See you. Bye. Thank you.